So in case you didn't know, how to make friends is actually the most Googled topic on my laptop. Google will just tell you to reconnect with your old friends. WikiHow is basically a copy-paste version of Google with questionable illustrations. Reddit comments will tell you to go on meetup websites that no one actually uses in real life, or to start some random hobby club. Social media also probably won't help you. YouTube is one of the main reasons people don't go outside in the first place. TikTok is literally designed to entertain you when you're alone. LinkedIn is a dystopian simulation. Facebook only has people twice your age. Snapchat messages are from people you don't know. Discord messages are from people you don't want to know. Instagram is where you send messages that no one replies to, and Tinder is where you schedule dates that no one shows up to. Which leaves only one real option for making friends: talking to people in real life. Luckily, after years of failing miserably at this, I figured it out. I came up with 16 different methods that you can pick from based on your personality and what comes naturally to you. Method 1. Filter out the boring people. It can be frustrating to meet a group of people and take weeks or months to realize that your personality really isn't compatible with any of them. The solution is to let out your natural, controversial, unfiltered self from the beginning so that you can quickly filter out people who aren't compatible with you. You shouldn't force it, but if a slightly funny comment pops into your head, or if you have a weird opinion, sometimes you should just say it instead of hiding it. And if some people react positively, congratulations. You've just identified your new potential friends. Method 2. The unique interest. If you've ever been the filler friend who people don't seem to find that interesting or exciting, it's probably because they don't know enough about you. To fix this, talk to people about your unique interests. You might not think people care, but even if you're into something niche like pressure washing driveways, at least people will have something to remember you by. When they first meet you, just make sure you explain your interest in a way they can understand without using big words or getting into the complex stuff. And if you can sense that the other person is bored, it's probably time to ask them about one of their interests. Method 3. Be outside of your head. Have you ever been in a group setting where everyone's talking and you don't know when to jump in or what to say? That's overthinking. Overthinking happens when you get a thought, then think about it, filter it, imagine yourself saying it, modify it, approve it, and finally say it out loud after the conversation has already moved on. Being outside of your head means taking in the conversation, getting thoughts, and not overanalyzing them. Just say them. And even if you say something cringe, don't see it as a failure. See it as practice. Method 4. Don't force it. When you feel like you need to force friendships with people who don't even like you, you create pressure. Pressure leads to anxiety, and anxiety stops you from being your natural self. If someone doesn't really care about you, or you have absolutely nothing in common with them, it's not the end of the world. Just be as nice as you can and move on. At that point, it's a numbers game. As long as you keep talking to new people, you'll eventually make new friends. Method 5. Be the main character. The people who have the most friends tend to be the people who initiate conversations the most. So start conversations with any sentence you can think of. Assume that people want to talk to you. But once you initiate, don't just talk about yourself. Ask simple questions about people's lives. Listen carefully. Then ask follow-up questions that show you are actually paying attention. This part is crucial. Method 6. Be a side character. One of the best pieces of social advice ever comes from the book How to Win Friends and Influence People. People are mostly interested in themselves. If you want someone to like you, make them feel important. Compliment them. Say their name. Act happy when they walk into the room. Remember things about them. And ask questions about them as if their life is genuinely important to you. Method 7. Be the transparent friend. A big roadblock to getting to know someone well is when nobody shares anything outside their comfort zone. If you're only having safe, polite conversations, you probably won't build much trust. Try being more transparent. A great place to start is simply saying, "Hey, do you want to hang out sometime?" That reveals that you think the other person is cool. And saying things like that slowly brings down the wall between you and someone you don't know that well. Method 8. The injury update. People love it when you can empathize with their pain and genuinely seem to care. Usually, when you ask, "How are you?" people automatically say, "Good." Instead, ask if there's anything that's been bothering them recently. Maybe they have an injury. Maybe someone upset them. Maybe they've had a rough day. You don't need to be a therapist. You just need to care. Method 9. The group chat. If you meet new people often but struggle to turn them into friends, This one is for you. If you've just done an activity with 3 or 4 people and everyone had a good time, immediately create a group chat. Be the first person to suggest it. Say it so everyone can do the same thing again next week. That way you get everyone's contact information, and even if the group chat dies, you'll still have people you can reach out to. Method 10. Do them a favor. Friendship is often about 2 people providing value to each other. When you meet someone new, look for ways you can be useful to them. Maybe you're good at something they need help with. Maybe you share an interest. Or maybe you're simply kind to them. If they return the favor or treat you well, that's usually a sign of a good potential friend. Method 11. Ask them for a favor. Ask simple things. Could you tell me where this place is? Could you watch my stuff for a minute? Could you introduce me to this person? Not only does this show trust, but it also allows people to feel useful. Just don't make a habit of constantly asking for favors. That's not friendship. That's networking. Method 12. The pickup line. If I'm in a group of strangers and need to start a conversation quickly, I use this method. I think of a question that almost everyone can answer. Then I go around asking people that question. The beauty of this approach is that you already know what you're going to say. Everyone gives a different answer, which naturally leads into deeper conversations. Method 13. The play. If you're often in large groups and feel overwhelmed, this is for you. Find someone who isn't talking much and start a one-on-one conversation. If needed, create an excuse to pull them aside and talk privately. This makes them feel important. And over time, if you do this with different people, you'll gradually get to know everyone. Method 14. Act like you're already friends. There's a saying, if you go looking for friends, you'll find very few. But if you go looking to be a friend, you'll find many. Instead of searching for people who will treat you like a friend, start treating people like friends from the moment you meet them. Be excited to see them. Use their name. Joke around. Show warmth. Treat them like someone you've already known for a while. Just be careful not to take it so far that it becomes weird. Method 15. The activity buddy. Ask someone about something they've always wanted to do but haven't gotten around to. Then offer to do it with them. It's a great way to suggest hanging out without making it feel awkward. Plus, it gives you a perfectly normal reason to exchange contact information.